Good evening, everybody. November 27th, 2021. Bitcoin today has pretty much just been chop, which is not particularly surprising. As I said yesterday, as long as we remain below 55.7, the micro indicates that the range between 51.9 and 52.5 is the likely end of this dump. And that should be the end for a while. We are going to have to see like I said yesterday, a 5-wave impulse off whatever low we strike in order to be sure that we're done with dumping. So we do not have that yet. Obviously, there's nothing indicating we're done dumping at this point in time based on the chop action we've had. So once we hit this area here, assuming we do, like I said yesterday, we're just going to need to monitor and make sure we don't do a 3-wave up, because that would indicate a corrective action and then a further downside from there. But in any case, this should be bottom for the time being. I don't see a scenario where we don't bounce from this area. Now, that being said, this area, it's always possible for a wave to extend. Does it spike down below that and then pop up? That's certainly possible. But I don't see a scenario where we have a sustained breakdown of this area and just continue on dumping, forever. Like that just doesn't happen. So, bouncing. Again, it's still possible that we truncate and we bounce right from here. We don't get all the way down there. But bouncing from pretty much anywhere from where we are down to this area, or maybe a little bit below if it really wants to extend, is the most likely scenario. So again, this is a decent accumulation zone. Worst case scenario, we get a dead cat bounce, and we can get out, higher up. And just have a scalp long before a further dump down. Best case scenario, it hits this and then actually does a 5-wave up, and we're done with this bear segment and we can go on to the next bull segment. So that, whether or not we are ready for the next bull segment or not is still up in the air, of course, until we get some clarity. But so I'm going to take this fib off. And I just want to go down and point something out on the 5-minute chart here. So we reached a high, right around here. This was kind of the ceiling level right here at 55.2. And then we had this big dump down. And so if we were looking at this being the beginning of the next leg down into this area, we would expect for this to be something like a 1 and a 2, right? And if this was going to be impulsive, we would have seen this leg continue on down, to at least the 1382 or the 1618, and then get a bounce up and then get a final move down into this area here. What we've seen instead is a reaction from the 1.0 extension on this micro, and that is indicative, as I've said before, of ABC action. So ABC right there. So what does that tell us? Well, it doesn't really tell us too much for sure, except for the fact that we probably are not getting an impulsive move down, which is a good sign. Impulsive moves down are the strongest, right? And we could see extension if we were going to see that. So because we're not seeing that, we might see a diagonal down, which is weak. And once we get into this final area, it makes it very likely that we bounce from it. Or it can potentially just mean that we are continuing to chop. This right here is an ABC, and then we had our ABC down. This here is an ABC up, ABC down. We can continue to just ABC all over the place. That's certainly possible. So we could see ABC up and then ABC down, and we might just be stuck in this range. So that's possible as well. But so the main thing in pointing that out is saying, even if we're going down here, it's probably not going to happen super aggressively, and when we do get there, it's likely, very, very likely, even more likely now, that that is in fact going to be the bottom. But it is also possible that we just continue chopping and at some point try, if we get ABC up and then maybe we get an actual 5-wave down, that's certainly possible too. But the current action does not indicate that, is pretty much all I'm saying. So my preference, of course, would be that we just get this dump over with. I've been expecting it for quite a while now. I want to get down here and just have done with it. I want to get into that zone and I want to bounce strongly from it, and that's the best case scenario that we can get, really. The continued chop would be annoying, but we got to do whatever the price action tells us. So at this point in time, there is nothing to do except for accumulate if you don't already own some Bitcoin with buys lower down here. And just wait it out and wait for it to tell us when it's ready. If somehow like this hourly candle here is decent, it's a bullish hammer candle there. Does that mean anything? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, if it gives us a 5-wave move up, then that's fantastic. That's a good start to that. But so far we don't have that. So anyway, that's what I'm seeing right now. I've got additional longs ready down in this area, and if I don't get them, that's fine. I've got plenty of spot buys. My bags are packed, so either way, I either get more down here or it goes up. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I got. All right, good night, everybody. Tomorrow morning, weekly update for the members. I'll go over my gigantic list of assets that we're looking at, a whole bunch of altcoins and gold and silver and stocks and all that sort of stuff. So make sure you sign up for a free 2-week trial membership at tradelikeawhale.com, and you can get access to that as well. All right, good night, everybody.